I could be wrong, but I feel like something could be going on. I could be wrong, but I feel.
Hello everyone, my name is Jasmine and this channel's name is The Blossoming Jasmine. On this video I'm going to be talking about my modest journey and how I started dressing more modestly. I'm going to be doing my makeup. I am currently preparing for Eid in this video. I'm getting this out kind of late, so please forgive me. Actually, sorry, not sorry. Your girl has a life and, you know, I have to do what I have to do, so here it is in the timing that it is. Anyway, I am going to be walking you through my whole makeup routine while I talk about my modest journey. And also, please remember that everybody's modest journey is on a different spectrum. I might not be as modest to some, maybe I might be more modest than others. Everybody is on a different journey. So let's, remember that and keep it cute. So first off, I want to say is that my background, I was born in California, grew up in Texas, what they call the Bible Belt. I was a quiet kid. I was a little shy, but also I had a very colorful personality. A lot of times I didn't let my personality show unless I was really close with people. I wasn't really outgoing, but also like if you came up and talked to me, I would definitely talk. So I struggled with expressing myself up into, I would say, my freshman year of college, and I felt more comfortable expressing myself basically because I was out of the house. And my perception at that time was like, I'm out of the house, I'm grown, I can do what I want. I don't know if y'all know that Janet Jackson song, Control. When I was 17, something. Anyway, I felt in control. I felt like I was ready for the world, and I was ready to be a woman. Okay, I know that sounds kind of irky for me to say right now, but I really was ready to be a woman. And in my perception, I thought that meant showing more skin. Like, I wanted to be sexy. I wanted people to take me, to think that, I was a grown woman. So in my perception, showing more skin was sexy. I didn't start dressing more modestly until I became more involved on campus, and I was involved in more leadership roles, and I observed how the other people in leadership roles were more covered, very business casual or business professional. So once I learned what that was, then I started changing my wardrobe. I will dive deeper into what brought me to Islam, at another video. My relationship with God is very sacred to me. I haven't decided, when I'm going to share that story because it's really special to me, and even just me being vulnerable about my modest journey is huge for me. So I want to take my time getting out that part. So right now we're just going to focus on my modest journey. Anyway, fast forwarding to 2017, I became a mother, and I had to learn how to accept my new body. Having a baby will change your body in ways that you never imagined. So I had to get comfortable, and it took a while, but I eventually got there. I also began working at high-end luxury stores, and I needed to appeal to more clients. I couldn't go in there dressing how I would dress going out or just hanging out with my friends. I needed people to take me seriously so they could spend more money in the store. So, I was pretty decent. I worked at some pretty popular stores. I even almost got a job at Louis Vuitton. I made it to the third round, and I was not able to work because of the hours. But yeah, I was in the luxury part of the Houston Galleria, and I picked up on a lot of different styles. The way that the women would dress coming in, they were from all over. They were very polished women. I saw them as goals for when I got older. I just aspired to be like them. Like, wow, it was so alluring to see these women, just the way they dressed. It was just admirable. But I also lived in an environment where girls my age were praised for being sexy. So I was kind of stuck. Like, I just felt like I didn't know which way to go. So, of course, I want to appeal to people my age. So I just imitated, the more provocative way of dressing because I thought at the time that I felt more liberated. I thought that it was a way of me showing my personality and my style, how beautiful I was, how hard I worked in the gym. Um, I attracted a lot of attention on social media and in person. Um, and this went on for, quite some time. I thought that the attention was a little bit overwhelming. It became unwanted. I didn't want all eyes on me, or people to approach me with it's like a weird energy that comes to you, and it's just, I can't really describe it, but more of I don't know, I can just give you examples. It was totally overwhelming. I'm just speaking from the heart. I'm being honest that when I would go some places, and it could be anywhere in the world, some guys would like want to take pictures with me, or like you hear a whole bunch of people honking at you or following you on foot or in their cars, or pulling their cars over just to talk to you, and you just want to enjoy your day. Or even strangers filming you, or even just interacting with people, see you as a status symbol, like just objectifying me. And I did not like that. They saw me for my exterior and not who I actually was. I didn't like that feeling at all. So I kind of just felt fetishized, objectified, and I didn't feel any, you can tell when somebody's actually talking to you because they want to talk to you versus what you look like. And I got tired of that. It gets deeper. It changed my perception of showing more skin, even if my intentions were just for myself. Sometimes, honestly, I would not think of other people. I truly did not care. I would just think of myself, okay, well, I'm just gonna throw this on and go out the house. But not until you get that attention did you realize, wow, I didn't realize what kind of attention my outfit or what I had on would bring. I was out of the retail industry and I finally started working within my career. I felt like I was constantly code switching, like some Hannah Montana vibes. I was dressing one way at work, and then I was dressing another way on the weekend, which I felt split in between because I'm like, okay, what if the people that I see at work see me in my weekend clothes? The switch up was very hard for me. It was okay, this is exhausting. it was no in between. So eventually I had a mini identity crisis. I ended up finding Islam, which is a beautiful thing, alhamdulillah. I will share the details of how I came to that decision and accepted Islam into my life. But once I did, I had already started wearing hijab, maybe wearing a turban style, a month before I took my shahada. I grew up with a BAP mentality. And for those of you who don't know what a BAP means Black American Princess, okay? The aesthetic is that girl, and very much fashion forward, just it girl, always on the latest, I wouldn't say the latest trends, but she's always put together. Just a Black Barbie, okay? I have adapted that. I didn't want to let that go. I was like, that's a part of me, and it's a part of my culture. So I didn't want to give that up. I didn't want to give up being a BAP, but I also didn't want to displease Allah. I wanted to be more modest, but I also wanted to be like in a way that would make me happy. I didn't want to dress matronly. I didn't want to look like I was 30 or 40 years older than I actually am, because I still am young. I had to figure out my style again, which is frustrating because I have a whole closet cultivated to my old style, and now I have to switch it up. So, you know what? I decided if people were going to be seeing me for my heart, I should check myself and fix something about myself. So I isolated myself for a while, maybe a couple of months. I didn't post, I didn't engage in much social media. I did a lot of soul searching. I just kept studying more and more about Islam. Why modesty was important, why allow us to wear the hijab, etc. Because coming into Islam, I thought it was just because, oh, we don't want men to see your hair, but it's so much deeper than that. And going through the experiences that I have been through, I understand why it's so important to protect yourself and have people know that you are a woman of God. It's very important. And I didn't know that until I got older, and sometimes I wish I knew, but everything is perfect timing. I wouldn't have been able to accept the knowledge that I know now had it been given to me years ago, because I would have told you, I want to have fun. I'm beautiful, I'm young, like why would I not show this off? But I understand now. So I learned more about the hijab. And another thing that really helped me with my modesty journey is that I had to really change up my feed. So my TikTok, my Instagram, my YouTube, I started following more modest women, specifically hijabis for me, but modest women overall. I saw how they were graciously rocking all of the modest clothes, and it made me just feel more comfortable and assured and motivated to keep going in this direction. Last thing that I want to say is that throughout this modest journey, and I'm still in this journey, I learned that women are like diamonds. They're valuable, they should be reserved and restored, and also protected. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, and please be on the lookout for the next video. Bye. Oh, almost forgot. Stay blossoming, everyone. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.